Erik ten Hag appeared to take offence when he was asked about facing Liverpool this weekend before his side have even got past the hurdle of West Ham. The Dutchman played down the immediate importance of the upcoming trip to Anfield, instead reiterating the need to take each game as it comes ahead of their FA Cup fifth-round tie tonight. It is this professional approach that has been at the heart of United's recent revival, as Ten Hag has looked to eradicate complacency and focus his side on the task at hand. It is certainly an admirable approach, but the question about Liverpool was valid, given that it has to have some bearing on how his side line up at Old Trafford later on. Ten Hag has been reluctant to make wholesale changes for any matches this season, and that is unlikely to change given the increased importance of every game that lies ahead. United are guaranteed to play 17 more matches between now and the end of the campaign, and that figure could be as high as 25 depending on how well they do in the cup competitions. Ten Hag can't ignore the need to look ahead, and in the coming weeks, his biggest test will be how he manages his squad and the amount of rotation he can risk. It means rotation is inevitable against West Ham, and ahead of the game, Ten Hag reiterated that it has been a squad effort this season. "Let's make myself clear, we didn't win with 11 players, we did win with a squad. And I think the squad the whole season is so important, and every time players come in, if it's for a whole game, minutes, a couple of games, also during games we can change the dynamics, we do it with many more than 11 players. So I count on them, and I know they will be ready. Because every time they play they take responsibility, and it's about that, but you also have to fight for your position. There can be great months ahead of us and great games, and everyone wants to play games. There is a temptation to play the best players at every available opportunity, though it is more important to ensure they are kept fit ahead of the grueling schedule that lies ahead. Marcus Rashford is in the form of his life but is at risk of burnout and will need to be rested at some point, which is the same for Raphael Varane in defense. The Frenchman has suffered 5 separate injuries and 2 illnesses during his time at the club, and having played 2 huge matches last week, it would make sense to give him the night off. Casemiro isn't showing any signs of slowing down, and that was perhaps helped by his recent Premier League suspension, but there must be an element of caution surrounding his starting role, given that he is arguably United's most important player. It could well be the case that he starts and is taken off in the later stages of the match, but with extra time and penalties a possibility tonight, that might not be a luxury they can afford if the game is level. The deciding factor could be Ten Hag's attitude toward the FA Cup, given that there aren't many other games on the horizon that appear to represent an opportunity to rotate. United are the second favourites to win the competition, which should not be underestimated, but now that they have ended their trophy drought there may be more leeway to experiment with rotation. Ten Hag has endorsed the extensive options he has at his disposal. It is time to prove just how much he really does trust them.